Texto hi. Did you ever stop to think because some people conquer everything they want while others spend their whole lives battling and still feel trapped? Maybe the answer lies in the effort, not even in luck, but on something you've never been taught the way you think in this video. Let's delve into truths who never told you about education, success, and attitude, not the kind of attitude that you pretend to have to please others, but the one that transforms your reality from the inside out. Bob Proctor, one of the greatest masters of the human mind, devoted his life to studying the secrets of thought, self-image and construction of results. Extraordinary. And what he discovered can change completely the way you see life. This video is no longer motivational content passenger. It is a portal of awakening. You are about to understand why read a book 1,000 times can be more transformative than taking 100 courses. You will see the appearance of mediocrity, the invisible prison of the mind, and how to escape it. But attention, what will you hear here can confront your way of life. Just keep going. If you are willing to break your own boundaries, children should be taught to dream of results. Even before the first day of school, they should visualize the note they want. And write your own newsletter should be oriented to focus on how to achieve and not why not get. Should develop the attitude that it is possible. But most people think this is illusion. It is not. This is realism at the highest level. Is the true path of success repeated for millennia. Every achievement started with a fantasy and was turned into a fact by someone who didn't give up imagining. Thomas imagined the lamp before creating it. He believed, dreamed, tested, and made it real. When we dreamed of going to the moon, it was just fantasy. Today, we play golf up there. It was the power of the mind that got us there. Everything starts in and then manifests itself outside. Attitude is the secret. It defines the way we think, we feel, and act. And it is the invisible link that shapes the visible results. But attitude is not defined by words. In one casual conversation, Bob teaches this on workouts that last for hours because it is a deep theme, extensive and vital in human relations. The biggest difficulty is dealing with the attitude of others, and the leadership's biggest mistake is to think that it cannot be changed. There is only one attitude that can be changed, your own. But when leaders understand this, everything changes. They stop complaining about others and begin to inspire them. They teach people to discover themselves, because the greatest wealth of a company is not the product, is the person. It's not the systems or human beings. More than 60% that enters financially is spent with people. And ironically is one of them that is least understood. We know the machines, but not the minds. We value tools, but we ignore talents. A true leader invests in attitude because she is the seed of everything. Everything you experience starts the way you see it, and it can and must be trained. The universe is governed by laws, among them the law of polarity. Everything has its opposite, cold and heat, day and night, positive and negative. You can think positive or negative, but never both at the same time. Your mind needs to be disciplined to seek good, because good is in everything, even in trouble. When something goes wrong, there is something right hidden there. It's up to you to look deep enough until I see. There is something good in absolutely everything. Even when the pain presents itself, even when difficulty suffocates us, there is something hidden there that carries a lesson, a force, an opportunity for something to exist. There needs to be contrast, positive and negative, light and dark, pain and healing. This is the law of opposites and also the law of gender. Taught by science itself, everything has two poles. Everything has a polarity. So this isn't just a spiritual idea, it's a natural principle. When you understand this law, begins to see that even thought works like this. Every time a thought arises, it can be negative or positive, but who chooses which thought will remain is you decide what you will think, what will you believe, what will inside your mind. If a person is unemployed, for example, she can give herself to thought, I will never get a job. but she can also choose to think, I will find an opportunity. And this decision changes everything. Because when you choose positive thinking, you attract a stream of ideas that sustain that faith. You start to think differently, act differently, and naturally, the result also changes. The mind is like a fertile field. It will bloom according to the seed you plant. And so, it is essential to understand how your mind, conscious and sub, connect with your body and the world around you. Everything is interconnected: thought, attitude, identity, behavior. And that's why attitude should be one mandatory subject in schools, even before math reading or science. Why a person's attitude defines their results, sets your notes, defines your relationships, defines your life. And within the attitude, there is something even deeper. The self-image, the way you see yourself, determines the way you live. Many people fail because it carries a distorted image of itself. Talented people who never dare because you believe it has no value. Amazing people who sabotage themselves because they don't think they deserve to win. The image you have of yourself is more powerful than any skill you can learn. She's the one who will dictate if you're going to try yes before it even started. Dr. Maxwell Maltz, plastic surgeon and researcher, discovered this in the 60s. He operated people corpses, made changes to the face. But the most impressive, it wasn't. The physical transformation was the psychological impact. Shy people became confident, withdrawn people became expansive. And he noticed, it's not just the face that changes, it is the internal image that changes. It's like there are two images in each of us: the outer image that others see, and the inner image that only we know. And this self-image determines everything. That's what he wrote in the book, Cyber Psycho. Psycho of mind and cybernetics, of communication and control. We have a mechanism interior that acts according to the image we have of ourselves. And if this image is weak, limited, or negative, then our actions will also be. That's why so many people hang out, avoids eye contact, is afraid to position himself. It is not due to lack of capacity. It is due to lack of internal vision. They believe they are not capable, and so they don't even try. This is the real. And this universe is often born in childhood, at school. Tell us what we've done wrong. Focus on our flaws in low notes, in spelling errors. Few teachers look us in the eye and say, you are amazing, you have a talent. And so, we grow more aware of our weaknesses than our strength. We carry beliefs as if they were eternal truths. You are distracted, you never learn. You are like your father, a failure. And these labels become our identity, not because they are true, but because they were repeated so many times. We end up believing in them, and to make matters worse, the society created IQ tests, cold measurements, who try to tell who is smart and who is not. A Frenchman called Binet created the test to help children, but it was distorted in the United States. This test has become a seal. If you get high grades, you are bright. If you take a low note, you are a donkey. But that's a lie. IQ does not measure potential. It measures only one type of performance, and performance can be transformed by self-image. If you believe you are capable, and start encouraging support, believe, slap your back instead of a push to the ground. Every human being carries extraordinary potential, but this potential only blooms when the mind is nourished with truth, trust, and love. You can change your story. You can change your self-image, and when it happens, everything around you will start to change too. What can you do now at this very moment to transform your life? The answer lies in something you carry all the time, but rarely notices. Your self-image. We all have a mental image of who we are, an inner identity that shapes everything we think, we feel, and do. But the big truth is that this image may be distorted and it could be sabotaging you without you noticing. You can be a person full of potential, but if the image you have of yourself is weak, unsafe, limited, so all your decisions, actions, and attitudes will also be. Most people live with a negative self-image, even without knowing. Even without knowing, they look at each other in the mirror and don't like what they see. It's not a matter of physical appearance, but the way they see themselves inside. And the good news is that this image can be fully transformed. No matter how much you've grown, it is always possible to improve your self-image. It is always possible to evolve, strengthen, discover your inner identity. And for that, there is a simple exercise more powerful. It all starts with the universe feel. In a quiet place, close your eyes, completely relaxes the body, loosen your shoulders, slow down, breathing empties in mind, and then start viewing. Just imagine who you would like to be. Think about how you would like to live. How would you like to behave? How would you like to speak, act, smile, lead, be positioned? Maybe not. Simply because he didn't believe he was capable. How many doors didn't open? Because the image you had of yourself said you are not enough. But now you know you can change this image. You can build a new identity with strength, confidence, and clarity. Do not accept living in prison in the old narrative. They told you do not accept being a hostage of thoughts that don't belong to you. Its transformation begins with the mind. You are the author of your story. You are of your image and everything you need to start over. It's a new decision. So make this decision. Now write who you want to be, visualize, declare, rewrite your future with intent. And if this video spoke to you, share. Send it to someone who needs to hear this short truth comment. Say here in the comments, I am this new version. Let's spread this message together. You are not alone, and your new me is already waiting for you a repetition.